The American workforce has seen many changes over the years. One constant force throughout these changes: unions. From the late 1800s, unions have fought tirelessly for workers' rights. They challenged powerful companies and industries. They demanded fair treatment, respect, and dignity for laborers who toiled day in and day out. Unions aim to balance the scales between bosses and workers. Their impact on the labor market and working conditions is undeniable. Before unions, workers had little power or say in their working conditions. They faced long hours, low pay, and unsafe conditions that put their health and lives at risk. Unions emerged to change this. They brought workers together, uniting them for a common cause. Collective bargaining became their most powerful tool. This meant negotiating with employers as a united front, giving workers a stronger voice. Strength in numbers was their motto. Unions faced strong opposition from those in power. Companies used intimidation and violence to try and break the unions. The government often sided with businesses, making the fight even harder. But workers persisted. They organized strikes and protests, showing their determination to demand better lives and working conditions. Their courage and determination laid the foundation for worker protections we often take for granted today. The fight for workers' rights was never easy and was fraught with challenges. But unions made progress step by step. They won important victories that changed the landscape of labor. These victories inspired future generations to continue the fight for fair treatment. The struggle continues, but the legacy of early unions remains a guiding light. Their fight reminds us that change is possible when people stand together for justice and equality. The late 19th century saw America industrialize rapidly, transforming the nation in profound ways. Factories grew exponentially, and cities swelled with workers seeking new opportunities and a better life. But this rapid growth came at a significant cost. Workers, many of whom were immigrants, faced grueling and often inhumane conditions. Long hours were the norm, with shifts often extending beyond 12 hours. Pay was meager, barely enough to survive. Workplaces were frequently dangerous with little regard for safety. In response to this exploitation, unions began to emerge, giving workers a collective voice. One of the earliest and most influential unions was the Knights of Labor, founded in 1869. They sought to unite all workers in a common cause. The Knights advocated for an 8-hour workday, equal pay for women, and better working conditions for all. They also fought tirelessly to end the exploitation of child labor, which was rampant at the time. The Knights welcomed workers from all trades and backgrounds, promoting inclusivity and solidarity. Another key player in the labor movement was the American Federation of Labor, established in 1886. Led by the charismatic Samuel Gompers, the AFL focused on skilled workers, aiming to improve their wages and working conditions. They employed collective bargaining and organized strikes as powerful tools to secure better wages and safer working environments. Early unions faced fierce resistance from employers who were determined to maintain control. Companies used their wealth and influence to suppress labor organizing. They hired strikebreakers to disrupt union activities, employed spies to infiltrate unions and gather intelligence, and resorted to violence to intimidate and silence workers. Despite these formidable challenges, unions achieved significant victories that would shape the future of labor rights. The Haymarket Riot of 1886, though marred by violence and its aftermath, brought national attention to the fight for an 8-hour workday and labor rights. The Pullman strike of 1894, while ultimately unsuccessful, demonstrated the growing power and influence of organized labor. These early struggles and sacrifices laid the essential groundwork for future progress in the labor movement, paving the way for the rights and protections workers enjoy today.